Welcome to the Whiskey Vault. I am Daniel Whittington, Chancellor of Wizard Academy Whiskey Marketing School. Remember when I said that, like, oh, novel, 5-6 years ago, people were like, we should make a smoked bourbon. And then a whole bunch of people did it. Warbringer is one of those. This is Sespe Creek Distillery. This is Oxnard, California. If you know Oxnard, and I only know right where they are, because if you're a motorcycle rider on the coast of California, you know the spot where Highway 1 breaks back off again from 101 and goes south down to the coast before it follows the coast and ends up in like Malibu and then Santa Monica and so on. And it's a great motorcycle ride going through Oxnard, coming back down to the beach. And so you're sort of coming down from Santa Barbara, 101 and 1 are merged, you're cruising, you're by the water, you break inland, you go up over the ridge, and then you sort of take south exit again on 1 on Oxnard. And right off of that is the Sespe Creek Distillery tasting room. And there's another reason I know about these guys. It's very weird. And I kind of love it. It is, I had never heard of them. I mean, they started in 2017. They're 9 years old. That's a reasonable age for a craft distillery in North America. Founded by David Brandt, and then taken over by Alfred English. What a great name. In 2021, only 5 years ago. Don't know if he is still involved, but they do 3 main core products. What is it? Is it not a vodka? I'm going to miss one of them. Sorry. I know there's a rum and there's a bourbon. The Warbringer bourbon. Good Lord, it's on my... Okay. By the way, this is a gift from Justin Toews, a whiskey sommelier level 3. Justin, thank you for this. I know about this because I'm a big fan of John Campbell when he was creating some of my favorite things Laphroaig has ever done, and he was the master distiller at Laphroaig. He went from there. Oh my gosh, I forgot the name of the Lowland distillery that he was a part of in Scotland, and we have their Lochlia. Jeez, almost lost that one. And so I've been a big fan of John Campbell. I met him at random events and like tastings, and then he and Emmett and I hung out for a huge chunk of time with a bunch of other really cool people in Tucson at the American Craft Spirits Gathering a year back. And I just really enjoy him. And he moved from Scotland to California and took over as chief of operations of running and creating this product in California. So of course you got the Laphroaig guy down in California making smoky bourbon, and it's mesquite smoke, and there's only 2 grains in this, corn and rye. They're using malted rye for the rye, and then a mixture of corn flakes, which, if you don't know, it literally is a flaked corn. It can be used in mash, and then a roasted corn, where they actually roast it in their own drums. And so they're very hands-on, very direct control of the process and the product. And remember when I said I tried Bullet, and it was like, I can see where you were hinting at smoke, and it was sort of out there in the ether. I poured this into a glass for the first time and was like, oh, that's mesquite smoke. Before I even picked up the glass, I'm just pouring it and going, whoop, that's mesquite smoke. It reminded me of Del Bach and their like really mesquite smoked single malt that Mark is making. And I love it. I have only tried this one time before we shot this video. And it was after Whiskey 3. 2 days of teaching, my brain was only partially aware of what was happening to me. Just too tired, too much going on. So I'm excited to try to get into this for the first time, but know that I'm really a fan of the human making it. So mileage may vary. Son of a bitch, it's so smoky. It is... It is not like, oh, let's do a hint of a wisp of a... This is more like Laphroaig's like, hey, want to smoke bourbon? It's phenolic. It is Low round, it is, I'm going to say a thing that you won't understand unless you know the comparisons. It is a Springbank level phenolic, not a Lafroig phenolic. It is a medicinal, rubbery phenolic that Campbelltown tends to have more than a Seaside smoke. It is hospital and iodine smoke. And Mesquite. If you know Mesquite, which we're in Texas, it's where, you know, the home of Mesquite. As a matter of fact, there's a lore in Texas, which is you don't know that winter's over until the mesquite tree starts blooming. If a mesquite tree hasn't started growing green leaves, then you're not done yet. It doesn't matter if all the other plants think we're fine and we got an unseasonably warm break in February. If the mesquite trees haven't started growing leaves, you're not done. And inevitably it's true. You get some random late frost, everything dies, and then like 3 weeks later the mesquite trees are like, all right, we're ready. And that's when you know you're fine to start planting things. Very weird, but mesquite is a Texas smoke just as much as it is Arizona, New Mexico. That is definitely a smoky bourbon. As a matter of fact, I'm getting so much smoke, I'm having a hard time finding any bourbon notes. It is as much, I'm looking for something specific. It is as, yes, there it is. Do I have one open? Yes, I do. Del Bach from Patrick Cohn. No, too wine cask, too pretty. The summer one, it reminds me of Del Bach smoke in that really dramatic kind of direction. And yeah, it's sort of there, but all the examples I have right here are all the wine cask finishes, and that's a bad idea because this has none of that. But I'm having a real hard time finding classic corn notes because the smoke is so dominating. Okay, there it is. Wow, interesting. The smoke on this feels like an external layer. The nose doesn't. The nose is fully integrated. It is pure smoke with some soft sweetness. It's more smoke than anything else. Smoke, 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 smoke. It's like the guys who get really into super hoppy beer, and so you take a sip of the beer and you're like, hops, 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 hops. This is that. This is smoke, 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 smoke. But I'm looking for something else on the palate. There is a sweet cream corn note on the palate that is just completely buried in smoke. It reminds me, this is very weird, and not everybody will get this note. It reminds me of Mexican street corn. Charred corn on the cob with cotija cheese and like that red pepper, red salt, spicy salt dusted across it. But you get that sort of burnt charred corn, ashy note on it. But like a really good, super smoky Mexican street corn. Wow. All right. I wonder what happens to this. So my experience with really smoky things is that over time, the phenolic notes are one of the things that oxidize down and soften. But you've got to get to like 10 plus years old, 12, 13, before that even starts to happen. And I don't know what would happen with new oak if you left this in there for 10 to 12 years. Good Lord, that might be a terrible mistake. But I would really love to see what happened as the oxidation on that smoke softened it and brought it more integrated into the grain components. Right now, it's a delivery mechanism for smoke. Right now, the corn, and this is not, I'm not saying a negative thing. I'm just saying right now, the mash bill is just like a delivery mechanism to deliver the smoke to you. Sort of like if you're someone who really likes wings, you know, like the saucy wings, there's a point at which that little chicken wing its only goal is to deliver sauce into your mouth. It's not about super, like, let's get into the nuances of the chicken. It's like, no, you wanted Buffalo Wild Wings. You got it. The chicken was a delivery mechanism. To me, it feels like that's where the grain is at in this. The mash bill and what the grain provides are a delivery mechanism for the barrel and the smoke. But very interesting, and definitely not just hinting at it and being like, oh, we are smoke. No, they're not screwing around. Cheers to you. I'm really glad you're here. It's smoky bourbon's the new thing, and if you... Evidently, I'm going to be doing a bunch of them in the next couple of months. If that's interesting to you, then like and subscribe.